In the morning we got so-called black coffee. Black coffee. In the evening we got a piece of bread, just a little piece of bread, and some sort of from dry vegetable, some soup. And we are always hungry. This was the main thing, we were always hungry, and we talked nothing yet, only about food. To take off the uniform, we had to go like that, between the two settlements. This was selection. And the SS, if they found something wrong with you, just a little something, you had to go on the other side. And we knew what does it mean. It started screaming, it started crying, everybody was panicky. They loved it, to separate mother and daughter, or two sisters. And when they were screaming, doesn't matter, there was a truck, and they had to go on the truck. And one girl, she jumped down, so as SS went, she took her and she threw her back on the truck. How can I can't even explain to you I think this was the most terrible experience I had, this selection. This fear what you have in your heart, that when we go through the SS, will he find something wrong with us?
What job did you do when you were here in the camp? What was the work that you did?
You know what we did? We worked very hard, because you can see these expenses, the very big land here. They kept bringing people, deported people here, and they were nowhere to go, because they were all all the barracks were full. So we had to go and start the building, all this mud and rain and everything terrible. So we were very, very hard. And every week, once a week, we had to go to Auschwitz. You know how far it is? Walking. We had to take document, because said, we are sorry for the horses, you go. My mother, a young woman with a little girl, a 10-year-old little girl. You have got the photo? The 10-year-old little girl. Yeah. I ask you. Every day I talk to my mother. Every day I kiss my little sister. What did she do? What did she do? All these people were innocent people. 6 million, the number, this is a number only. But 6 million, let's say country, Denmark or something like that, they got 5 or 6 million people. Imagine it's empty. Can you imagine that such a thing? Of course we can't imagine. All these books, what you read, and everything is true. The only people who can talk really about this thing, people who survived it. There are some very big novelists who could put it into words, but the feeling, how you lose your mother, and your little sister, and your brother. My grandfather was 93-year-old, I ask you, a 93-year-old man, innocent man. How could these people, do you call these people, how could these people do it to take this bunch of innocent people, bring them here, take this train, all these people, just imagine that it was war, and they had to win the war. That's how they lost the war, because they had this mania only to kill the Jews. How did we survive? Now, I ask you how. You know how we survived? How Sher wanted us to survive. Because there is no answer. Because all the other girls, the thousands and thousands of girls, they went through exactly the same life in the morning and day in and day out. And they didn't survive. They couldn't take it.